morning. Welcome to Spill the Tea with Mrs. P. And actually having a tea. I'm just having a trip drink. Peach and ginger. It's really delicious and very refreshing. There's also a link on my page to the discount if you want to try them. Anyway, I want to talk to you this week about two different families going through very different things. And first of all, I want to talk about Katie Price. It was the cat. And she gets so much hate, and I actually genuinely feel sorry for the girl, because she's got so many mental health issues and no one is helping her, no one at all. And I appreciate, I think she's probably gone through all the people that do want to help her and will help her. But I'm like, her mum is so poorly, so her mum can't really do anything. But there's got to be someone that can step in. I mean, the body dysmorphia is horrendous now. She is so skinny, and all this treatment, she's just, I was going to say she's destroying herself, but I think she did that a long time ago. And it's so sad to watch. And then I did believe that this bloke that she got engaged to was AI. And I thought, well, we all know what she's like, she's always said any publicity is good publicity. And then she's married him, and she's known him a week or 10 days or something. And you think, is he? And all the stories are coming out about him having proposed to girls before and stuff. And the photos aren't great, are they? Because it's the exact same engagement, proposal. And you just think, is he just taking her for a ride? And I find it so sad, because so many people go, she deserves it. She's had this coming. And you think, does someone with mental health issues really deserve this? I know she's pushed her luck. I know she's been cheeky. But she doesn't seem to have anyone helping her. No one going, right, that's enough now. And her kids aren't old enough. I don't think she'd listen anyway. But I just find it incredibly sad. And I just think this bloke I was going to say he's going to take her for every penny she's got. But I don't think she's got a hell of a lot of money. I think she lives on what she gets in at the time. But you just think, where's this going? It doesn't, to me, look like a love story that's going to end well. It doesn't look like it's going to... And I hope it does for her. I hope it's so full of love. And I hope he's her safe place. And that they're together forever and all the rest of it. But she's talking about moving to Dubai. And I'm thinking, well, are you taking Harvey with you? Or is he just going to get left here? Or just... So, we'll come back to that. We're going to put a pin in that for a week or two and just see what happens with it. But the other one is, obviously, you've got to talk about the Beckhams, haven't you? And what the skeg's gone on there. Is it true? Because the thing that got me, when he put out that statement, and... Mr. P was reading it to me, and I was like, well, that's not very fair. It's a bit shit, isn't it? And he was going, well, I believe it. I think that's what, But things like he'd said, Victoria had pulled out of doing Nicole's dress at the 11th hour. Did they not do a big story after the wedding? Because there was loads of speculation that it wasn't a Victoria Beckham dress. And did they not explain to everyone that she chose not to have a Victoria Beckham dress so that Victoria could enjoy the wedding? Am I wrong on this? I'm pretty sure they did a whole story about it, and her dress took 12 months in the making and flying to LA and all these different places to have it designed and fitted, and that's not 11th hour. That's not an 11th hour dress a year before. I don't think I'd pick mine a year before my wedding. I don't think. So I just thought, hang on. And it would, a lot of it just, I go, if it had just come out with the truth, I think he'd have got a lot more credit. But I think he's embellished it. And I think because I believe that the story about his mum, twerking on him and gyrating on him and stuff, I do believe that. Because I think any party that you see Victoria Beckham at, she's up dancing. So she clearly loves dancing. And I think what made Nicole cry was it not that is it Mark Anthony? He got up on stage and said, "Can we have the most beautiful woman in the room up to the stage?" And then called Victoria up. I think I'd fucking cry if someone did that at my wedding. Like, they then called my mother-in-law. I mean, to be fair, she was 90 when we got married, but you know, it had been a rough few weeks. But if someone said, at my wedding, could we have the most beautiful woman up on stage, and then pulled someone else up, I think I'd run out crying. And I'm sure, so I've got a really itchy nose, I'm trying not to fiddle with it. So that's why she cried, I believe. Now, yeah, and I do believe, yes, he was absolutely mortified because his mum was shit-faced on the dance floor, gyrating up and down. I'm sure she was mortified the next morning. But you know what? She thought, well, no one's going to know because everyone had the fucking phones taken off them. And then dipshit goes and blurts it all out over Instagram. But what... So... And they did that at the time it should have been their first dance. They did still get a first dance. It's not like they didn't get a first dance. So I just feel like he's embellished it and changed the narrative to suit him better. And the fact that he's saying we just want a quiet life out of the public eye. We've heard that before. The bloody Harry and Meghan tried that one, and then they were on Netflix with a flaming documentary 3 months later. It's not how I keep out of the public eye, I'll be honest with you. That makes it sound like I'm like, oh, I'm a celebrity. I'm not at all. I just meant like, if you want to keep out the public eye. So if you're a celebrity and you go, right, I've had enough with being in the public eye, I'm going to keep out of it. So what things won't I do? I won't go on Oprah and I won't do a Netflix documentary. Is that not what Harry and Meghan went straight and did? Woohoo! Yeah, no, you divs. And now the Beckham Peltzers are doing the same, and they're saying, no, we don't want to be in the media. We just want a quiet life. To be honest, if you wanted a quiet life, you could have just shut up. You didn't have to release any statements. No one was asking for them. We all knew there'd been a bit of a tiff. There's been a bit of an unfollowing. Find me a family that doesn't have that. Find me a family that doesn't fall out occasionally. If you'd have just shut up and put up a bit longer, Katie Price was about to get married and you'd have just been chippy rapper. Do you know what I mean? So I just feel there was no need for it. And I feel like it's quite brattish of him. Like he has, because he said, I just want to make it on my own and all this. But your company is 23. Was that not your dad's shirt number? Have you not made a business off your dad's football shirt number? So you are kind of using them a bit. And I'm not against it. Like this whole Nepo baby. I think I've done a video about it if you want to go back and watch. I'm all for it. If you've got a possibility to make a life because you've got a particular surname, fucking knock your socks off. If you're making money and you're working hard with it and your surname helps you, who's it hurting? Seriously, at least they're not sat around. The ones that annoy me are the ones that sit around and do nothing and then expect money because of their surname. But I thought you've got a business there using your dad's shirt number. You are using the Beckham brand. Who wouldn't? But then he's saying, want to be in the public eye and I don't really want that. Doesn't really make sense to me. So there we go. There's my little rants. We're gonna come back to the Katie Price thing because I just don't know where that's going. And you know what? I genuinely hope that the poor girl just gets some help and some love and care that she needs. I know she's done wrong. I know she's not a saint, but I also believe that she's an addict, but maybe not in a drug or alcohol addict, an addict for she has to be in the paper, she has to be famous, she has to keep herself relevant, and doing this crazy, stupid shit is the only way that she knows to do it, which I think is terribly sad because she's just destroying herself. And I think the Beckhams are just a family that, if we all just leave them alone, they might sort themselves out. But I thought he was an absolute tool coming out with that, the post. And I do genuinely believe he'd have possibly been taken more seriously if he hadn't have embellished it. But I think it was like reading an angry kid's rant. And they've done this, and they've done this, and they won't let me have a cat. That's what I was expecting at the end. Do you know what I mean? The real bratty. And I'm not allowed a dog, so they're shit parents. Well done, kids. So there we go. That's my little thoughts and opinions on those guys for you. So I hope you're all okay, and I hope you have a cracking week, and I will speak to you soon. Bye.